Our national anthem before the opener of this three-game series. Jim Leahy along with Pal Eldridge tonight from Rainbow Stadium on the Manoa campus of the University of Hawaii. Before we go any further into tonight's game, we would like to congratulate the parents of Sarah Mika Koizumi, born yesterday at 9:15. Myron and Mimi Koizumi are the parents. Sarah Mika is the daughter. There you see Myron. The reason why we're showing Myron here is that he is an outstanding cameraman for the Channel 13 in Honolulu. He is outstanding because he is out there in center field for every game except tonight. He's not there tonight. But Myron does excellent work, and we want to congratulate him and his wife Mimi on the birth of their first child, Sarah Mika Koizumi. Let's take a look at the comparative statistics now between these two teams. Arkansas currently ranked 5th in the ESPN Collegiate Baseball poll, and the Rainbows, they're right up there too in the top 10. The season batting average, the Rainbows very healthy at 308. Of course, you have to realize that the Rainbows have played all of their games at home, and they are very comfortable here at Rainbow Stadium. The Razorbacks at 269, and when you go into this game, you will notice right away that the Rainbows have played much stronger teams overall than the Razorbacks. There you see the extra base hits, the home runs, the pitching, the strikeouts, the walks, and the earned run average. As far as competition is concerned, the Rainbows really have faced the much stronger competition than Arkansas, but Arkansas still very potent and still ranked 5th. Laban Largusa will play first base tonight. He did try pitching. We have some videotape of him the other night. We'll show that to you later. John Viella, a surprise, starting at second base tonight. And Steve Otani, the shortstop. Now, Chris Duggar has moved from second base. He is over at third tonight. Duggar is a third baseman. That is his main position. And the change probably because of the double play possibilities. Harold Kabab, the only home run coming last Sunday against Fresno State over that center field wall. He is in left field. Darren Moreland in center field. And the leading hitter on the club, Tim Alberts, in right field. Todd Takayoshi behind the plate. And the pitcher is Billy Blanchette. Blanchette appearing in his 5th game, and he is making his 5th start. 5'11" junior from Honolulu, transfer from Pepperdine, and he is a pleasant surprise. He is the #1 pitcher in the rotation, 3-0 with a very good earned run average of 1.21, 29 2/3 innings. He has given up 23 hits, 12 runs, only 4 of which have been earned. He has walked 8, and he has struck out 21. In his last game, the opener against Fresno State, he had no decision in that game. He went 7 2/3 innings, gave up 5 runs, only 1 of which was earned, 6 hits, struck out 4, and walked 4. The winning pitcher in that game was Tucker, coming out of the bullpen and winning for the Rainbows. So you can see that Blanchette again gets the starting assignment in the opener. The Razorbacks will bat this way. Jeff Houck will lead off and play second base. Scott Epps, the third baseman, will hit second. Joe Davis had a 3-run home run against Hawaii Pacific at Aloha Stadium, will hit third and play shortstop. Bubba Carpenter at first base. Anytime you have a cleanup hitter in the lineup named Bubba, that's a good team. Cale Gilmore, he hit a home run against Hawaii Pacific in 2 games played this week. Gilmore, the designated hitter, will bat 5th. Blake Little in right field will hit 6th. Then Ron Moore in left field, Paul Courtney, the catcher, and Mark Johnson in center field. The umpires for tonight's game, Mike Evans behind the plate, Mike Baldwin at first base. Greg Poole has been scratched, and that was just told to us just moments ago. So Baldwin at first base and Nelson Valdez at third base. There you see Les Moore coming, 747 and 334 in his 21st year, and Norm DeBryan in his 22nd year, 759 and 358. So we're ready. Jeff Houck will lead it off here in the top half of the first inning. We're waiting for Tim Albert in right field. He had to retrieve a ball that came out of the bullpen. So Houck steps in the top half of the first inning. Arkansas 11-1. 2-2 lifetime against the Rainbows. They had a 4-game series in 1988. Each team winning 2. Arkansas, the defending Southwest Conference champions. That's over for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike.
So the batter now, Jim, Jeff Houck, they have him listed at 6'2" in the program. Obviously, that's a mistake.
Is it ever?
Yeah, and he's 5'2", pesky fella, according to Coach DeBryan.
Houck is a Steve Otani type of player. When you look at just how he gets up there, he will have a very tough strike zone at 5'2". And Otani at 5'6" presents that same problem to any pitcher. Houck batting .225. He is 9 for 40. Has no extra base hits. He has driven in 4 runs. Ground ball backhanded by Viella. The throw to first is not in time. That'll be a base hit. So Jeff Houck on at first. A little flare just to the right side of second base.
Well, he's guarding the plate nicely with 2 strikes. Now Viella has to go to his right. Takes too long to get rid of the ball. But Houck can scoot down that baseline 4.12 seconds above average speed. He's also the replacement, by the way. He's not the regular starting second baseman.
Pitch to Scott Epps, the third baseman for Arkansas, outside and low. 1 ball and no strikes. Epps is 5'11" from Jenks, Oklahoma. .250 on the season. 1 double, 1 triple, and 7 runs batted in. Runner going, and the pitch is clinked foul at the plate in front of Takayoshi. So Houck will come back. Houck, by the way, 4 for 6 in stolen bases. And that's the beauty of this game. That's the beauty of baseball, because here you have Jeff Houck at 5'2". I mean, when he walks into the stadium, people hand him all the bats. Good pitch by Blanchett. And they say, well, stack it up over there.
And he goes, wait a minute, Buster.
I'm
the starting second baseman.
So Houck, 1 foot on the carpet, being held on by Largusa at first. Blanchett with a long look. That's outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Arkansas was co-champions 2 years ago with Texas A&M. And when you extrapolate a little bit, this ballpark is modeled after the Texas A&M stadium. Swung on and missed. Good off-speed pitch by Blanchett. First strikeout here in the first inning.
Well, last Saturday, Billy tells me that he thought he pitched one of his better games on Friday night. He was in that no decision. And he said the key was that pitch right there that you saw the batter Epps swing at, that was actually a ball. And Fresno State did a great job of not swinging at that pitch. And that's why Billy said he wasn't as successful, really, as he was against the other 3 teams.
Billy with a quick move, just a step off the rubber and a flick throw to first. Joe Davis batting .410, 4 doubles, 1 triple, 2 home runs, and 16 runs batted in. So Joe, definitely the power hitter on this team. 6'4" junior out of Casa Grande, Arkansas. Another check throw to first, and Houck is back. We are in the top half of the first inning. 1 out and 1 on for Arkansas. Arkansas jumping to the Southeastern Conference. That's a strike. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Jumping to that conference next year. So this is their last year in the Southwest Conference. They are the only team in the Southwest Conference not based in Texas. That is on the corner.
You know, those last 2 fastballs that Billy threw, the first one was on the outside corner for a strike. That time he tried to get in under the hands of Davis. Now, this is one of the better players that they have, too. He's a rangy shortstop. Look how tall he is, and he's a guy that plays in the 6th position.
Rainbow's at double play depth. They've turned 11. Swung on and missed. That pitch outside and teased him into it. 2 strikeouts for Billy Blanchett here in the top half of the first inning.
Well, this is a ball, as Jim said, way outside, maybe over a foot outside. But again, now that ball tails away from that right-handed hitter. Good job by Billy. 2nd strikeout.
Bubba Carpenter batting .286 with a double, triple, a home run, and 7 runs batted in. Another flip throw to first, and Houck back.
These guys were here, the Razorbacks, in 1987, and Bubba Carpenter sounded familiar. So I said to Coach DeBryan, I said, wasn't he here? I remember this guy. And he says, no, he's a senior. And I said, didn't he redshirt? Did he redshirt? He goes, yeah. And he said, I think this guy was here. That's 4 years ago. This is his 5th year playing. Bubba Carpenter, I remember him.
I have it that they were here in '88.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, then for sure he was here.
Then he was here. Oh, yes. That book, it should go back to, how far does that book you have go back? What's the first game in that book?
You gave me this book
Yeah.
a year ago. Because I
that's only a year then.
Yeah, my other one was at home. The first in my book here is your writing. That's Nebraska against Portland State on March 19th, 1990.
One ball and no strikes. Blanchette's pitch. That's there for a strike.
It couldn't have been 90 because Portland State wasn't here last year. This must have gone back into 89, 88, huh?
Maybe I wrote in the wrong date. Carpenter from Brentwood, Arkansas. 6'1" senior. And now they have Houck hung up between first and second. Ohtani with the sweep tag, and they punch him out. Houck is saying, hey, I slid under it. Give me a break. At the end of a half an inning, no score.
Most people think I drive a Rolls, but frankly, I bought a rather remarkable economy car from, what's his name?
Danny Fast?
Ah, yes, that's the chap. With petrol prices, it's jolly good luck to have gotten my economy car. What's his name?
Danny Fast.
Righto. His cars don't just run on petrol, they run on his reputation. What's his name?
Danny Fast.
Good show.
Danny Fast's Aloha Chevrolet Geo Mazda.
Safeway fish markets have up to 40 varieties of fresh fish. But how do you tell if a fillet is really fresh? Take these 2 pieces of salmon. The fresher one's brighter, firmer, more translucent, and has no odor. At the service counter, Safeway seafood experts are full of fresh information too, like cooking tips and nutritious recipes. So if you think you're saving a few pennies somewhere else, there may be something you're not catching.
Let's meet the Razorbacks of Arkansas. Bubba Carpenter at first base. Very disgruntled Jeff Houck at second base. Joe Davis, the tall, rangy shortstop. Scott Epps, the third baseman. The outfield, Ron Moore is in left field. Mark Johnson in center field. Blake Little is in right field. Paul Courtney is doing the catching. And the pitcher is Doug Bennett. Bennett appearing in his 3rd game, making his first start. He is 1-0 with an earned run average that's perfect. He has pitched only 4 innings this season. He has given up only 1 hit, no runs. He has walked 2, and he has struck out 3. Bennett is one of those pitchers who possesses a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. And Albert will test him right away. Check swing, look out. 0-1.
Well, Coach DeBryan was saying that Bennett had a little bit of an injury. It wasn't anything serious, and so he's really only thrown up to 4 innings this year, so they're probably going to take him out after 5 if he goes that long, of course.
Bennett named to the 2nd team of Baseball America's all preseason team. An attempted bunt turns into a pop fly to the pitcher. So Albert, who has a penchant of going after the first pitch. I mean, he has not, this year, he has not seen a first pitch he hasn't liked. There you see the Rainbows lineup. Albert Kabab and Takayoshi here in the first, then Moreland, Viela, Harrison, Largusa, Duggar, and Ohtani. Here's Kabab. Harold takes it down low, 1 ball and no strikes. Kabab batting .214, and he has that home run over that center field fence in last week's game against Fresno State. 1 ball and 1 strike to him. Kabab, however, has not played in many games. He's appearing only in his 5th game this season. A 1-1 pitch by Bennett. That's down low, and that will bounce away from the catcher Courtney. Time for us to pick the Midas touch inning. And we will do it in the 8th. Boy.
Ooh. Wait a long time tonight for that, but it could be well worth it.
The 2-1. Ground ball bounced up the middle. There's Houck to Carpenter for the first out. Now Houck looks like, I mean, it just doesn't fit. I mean, he's just a little guy out there. But the beauty of the game. Look at the difference between the shortstop and the second baseman.
Now that ball was hit in almost the same place that he hit the ball at the yellow field. And now the difference is that Houck got over there in a hurry and he got rid of the ball quickly.
Here's Todd Takayoshi coming to the ballpark tonight with a .378 average. Takes a strike at the knee. Takayoshi with 2 triples, 9 runs batted in. He has walked 12 times this year, and he is 7 for 9 in stolen bases. That's not bad for a catcher. Leads the club in that department. 1 ball and 1 strike to Todd Takayoshi. 2 outs, bottom half of the first inning. We are under a 20-second clock with no men on. And Bennett going into the windup with 11 seconds left, so he's a very quick worker. Count 1-2.
Well, there's no question that this kid throws hard. You know, when they say 90 miles an hour, I mean, it's really difficult to tell the difference between an 88 and a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, but it's somewhere up there.
Bennett has been pitching a while. Bennett, the junior, out of high school. He was drafted by the New York Mets after an outstanding prep career at Hillcrest High School in Springfield, Missouri. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Takayoshi, and the 2-2. That just missed. Bennett was walking off the mound toward the dugout. In 1990, Bennett had a 10-2 record with a 3.47 earned run average. That is a base hit to left field. Takayoshi just getting the bat on it. Hitting it the opposite way. And that ball able to get through Epps, the third baseman, and Davis, the shortstop, for the first rainbow hit.
When you face a guy that throws as hard as Bennett, what you have to do is block off the right center field gap in Takayoshi's case to the line and concentrate on hitting the ball from right center field to the left field line. You can see that way his hands are a little bit back on that, but he was able to get the base hit.
Here's Darren Moreland. Moreland batting .319. 2 doubles, and he leads the club in RBIs with 10. Moreland out of Milwaukee, Oregon. Bennett delivers. That's right there for a strike. 0-1.
You know, something interesting too is the catcher, Courtney Paul, is just a freshman right out of high school. You don't see too many freshman catchers in major college.
Takayoshi going, and Moreland hits it to the net, so the Rainbows playing a little run and hit early. Bennett last year led the Hogs in 5 categories. Wins with 10, innings with 96, strikeouts with 86, complete games with 4, and walks on the negative side with 44. He was 7-0 before he suffered his first defeat. The 0-2 pitch. Off speed. Fooled Moreland, and that'll do it. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. After 1, no score.
There's a new kind of cowboy out there, and that's why McDonald's is grilling up a whole new kind of steak. A steak sandwich served with all the fixings and a large order of fries. And right now, it's a great McDonald's value you can't pass up. McDonald's new grilled steak sandwich. A new kind of steak for a new kind of cowboy.
For a limited time, a hearty grilled steak sandwich and a large order of fries is just $2.99. That's right, $2.99. But hurry, because they're going fast.
When you seek expert service for your car, you expect the best. The mechanics who perform repairs rely on quality replacement parts like those found at CarQuest. Professional mechanics know CarQuest is the right place to get the right parts. Bosch remanufactured starters and alternators will give your car a new lease on life. CarQuest has quality Bosch remanufactured starters and alternators to fit most vehicles. For dependability, it's Bosch quality parts.
You'll find it at CarQuest.
Did you ever wonder about using a computer or want to know how to read blueprints?
Would you like to learn sign language or finish up your high school diploma? You can do all this and more with one phone call to the Adult Education Office. Most courses are free or at very low cost. All are open to you, if you still wonder. A message in the public interest from the Hawaii Carpenters Union.
Building a better Hawaii for folks like you and me.
Gina Davis in Living Color's Damon Wayans and Jeff Goldblum star in a cosmic comedy. Earth Girls Are Easy, Monday on Fox.
Oh, and 1 the count to Bubba Carpenter as we've just gotten underway here in the second inning. Carpenter batting in the 4th spot in the order. Comes to the park batting .286. 7 runs batted in. He was at the plate when Jeff Houck was caught stealing by the pitcher, Billy Blanchette. Play went from Blanchette to Largusa, and then Steve Otani, the shortstop, able to apply the sweep tag. Pitch to Carpenter, dribbled up the third baseline. Duggar charges, but fields it in foul territory. So the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. I turn to you and I say, here is John Viella. Now, Viella, no doubt, somewhere in his baseball career, maybe even in his softball career, has played second base. I mean, usually when you're an infielder, at some time during your career, you played everywhere around the infield. But does it surprise you that Viella is at second base?
Well, it surprises me that he is, but it doesn't surprise me that Hawaii is the team that's doing it, because we've seen so many occasions in the past where, you know, the Rainbows have used people in positions that they haven't played in a game situation like this, or really haven't even practiced. Takayoshi's played right field or left field, and he hasn't.
Yeah, but it's no doubt because of the timing on the double play. Duggar, it just has had a very tough time. Oh, that clipped him. And down goes Carpenter. I mean, that ball rode in on the helmet. So Carpenter is hit, and he will jog up the first baseline. Take a look at this. I thought it hit him on the helmet. It hit him on the hands. Now Nomura comes out and says it didn't hit him on the hands. It hit him on the bat. That should be a foul ball. It may be. Let me take a look.
Hit on the bat. Yeah.
Hit him on the bat. But that's tough when you're behind the plate and you have to call it.
It's tough in a situation like this. They should look up at us. You know, we have a thumb up or a thumb down.
Well, they can't. They can't. That's all part of the game, the human element. So Carpenter hit by the pitch. Carpenter did a fantastic
acting job.
Yes, he did. I mean, the stagger and the slow motion fall as if in pain.
Well, he had 2 strikes on him too, right? So it's even better. Good thinking. Now here's a good Hawaiian fella, huh?
Kale Gilmore. This here's Cale Gilmore. He had a home run at Aloha Stadium, batting .375. Triple home run and 5 runs batted in on the season. Pitch to Gilmore. That's fouled to the net. And the count 1-1. Now Arkansas going into this series against the Rainbows. In fact, going in to the Hawaii trip, not really known as a heavy hitting team. But the 12-2 victory over Hawaii Pacific, boy, they warmed up to Aloha Stadium very, very well. That's like playing in a canyon, when there's very few people there.
That's true.
But it's exactly the opposite of this ballpark, because the wind tends to blow in from right field there. Good pitch by Blanchette. And the fences are 325 down the lines, 365 in the alleys, and then it goes into the next zip code in center field.
Yeah, well, it's easier to hit a ball out there in left field than it is here, which is, you know, there's a 15-foot difference.
Here's the 1-2 pitch to Gilmore. That fastball gets him. 3rd strikeout.
Well, Gilmore now is a freshman, another freshman for him. And so a guy like Blanchette will be awfully tough on young hitters. You know, he teases them with some stuff, and all of a sudden he zips one right down the middle.
Oh, that was right there.
It's really tough to take a pitch like that.
Here's Blake Little.
But, you know, Jim, back to the Viella situation, about the only question that I would have is John's range at that position.
That ball lifted and may find the roof. Yes, it does.
Okay, we're standing at 53 right now. That's number 53.
And are you going to ask me the question?
Well, it's up to you. I'd be happy to, unless you would like to.
Okay, let me ask you the first one.
Okay.
All right. How many players in the major leagues this year will make $1 million or more? And I will give you a hint. There are 650 major league players. That's it. 650. How many are millionaires?
$1 million or more. 65.
No. A little higher than that.
75.
A little higher than that.
100.
A little higher than that.
Really? 125.
A little higher than that.
292.
A little less than that. 221.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
221.
For playing this game.
That's right. Will earn $1 million or more this season. 31 of them will earn $3 million or more. 93, $2 to $3 million, and 102, $1 to $2 million. Another strikeout for Blanchett. And again, that teaser over the outside, and you can almost read the label coming up there. Wilson. Here's Ron Moore, the left fielder. 2 outs, a runner at first base.
Well, one of the strengths of Billy is the fact that Snack is his catcher, and he and Takayoshi work very well together, and Billy gives him a lot of credit. Now, this is the first time through the lineup. Ron Moore here is the 7th batter. And let's see the next time through if any pattern changes. You know, he's been coming with off-speed stuff with 2 strikes, especially teasing that outside corner. And then for Gilmore, he buzzed one right down the middle. So we'll see about the pattern change, if any.
Moore is 2 for 7 on the year, batting .286, 1 double, 1 triple, and 1 run batted in. High chopper in foul territory. Duggar watches it go by.
You know, I made a comment about Viola's range, and now he's not a slow person. But the range that he must have at second base is quite a bit more than he does at third. And, you know, V is a great third baseman.
And we've seen him poach.
Yeah.
We've seen him poach at shortstop. Ron Moore waits, pitch to him. That ball slammed into center field. Coming on is Moreland. He will play it on the hop. Second hit of the game for Arkansas. 2 on here in the top half of the second inning. A reminder, we will play the Midas touch inning tonight in the 8th.
This is a good piece of hitting right here. You see him reach out like that. I mean, the form wasn't especially good, nor the mechanics of the swing right there, but the results are positive for him.
Paul Courtney, the shortstop, will be the batter. Or I should say Courtney Paul. Courtney Paul. Pitch, that's lifted to the roof. It's time for another trivia question. And do you really care trivia? And this is, if 226, that's almost 1/3 of the players, right? Are going to be millionaires, what now is the average salary of a major league player coming up in 1991?
Well, it was like 500-something thousand last year.
It was 597.
Yeah, and the year before was 483. And, gee, now it's got to be close to 900,000 maybe?
No, not that much now.
Yeah.
You're thinking about average. I mean, there are 226 that are millionaires, but there are many that don't make that.
750.
750 to $800,000. It'll fall within that place right there. That's not a bad salary to make.
Well, that's almost about what you would make in a year. You know.
Yeah. Or in a lifetime.
In a lifetime. Gee whiz. Well, how about when the Toronto Blue Jays this week or 2 days ago gave Dave Steed, they doubled his salary from 1.7 to 3.4. He didn't even ask for it.
Yeah. Good guys, huh? Strike to Courtney Paul.
What would our friend Zeke Zarella be making? We asked him that. Gee, Zeke, what would you be making now? And you know what he said? What would Ted Williams be making?
Oh, yes.
I mean, he could own, you know, the Bank of New York or something like that.
1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 down, 2 on for Arkansas. 1-2 pitch, hard hit ground ball. Duggar will go the short way to Biela. And the inning is over. After 1.5, no score.
It is a wild thing. Come shout and sing, join in the ring. It could be queen or it could be king. You go your way and I'll go mine. As long as you just make it fine.
The good times roll with the clean, fresh taste of Bud Light. It won't fill you up, never let you down.
Wild thing. La, 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 wild thing.
7-Eleven Hawaii.
For whatever you need.
And whenever you need it.
Where you always know there's freshness to go.
Any time of day. Any time of night. Convenience with a capital C. 7-Eleven Hawaii. We're coming through for you.
A great getaway.
Two magical days and nights. And your third night is free. Includes $60 towards your dining. From $220 for just the two of you.
A great getaway to Turtle Bay.
Picard's daring sacrifice ends in tragedy.
Captain Picard?
On Star Trek, The Next Generation.
Tuesday night at 7 on KHNL 13.
We move to the bottom of the second inning. John Biella. First pitch to John is there for a strike from Doug Bennett. Biella batting .341 at game time. He is 14 for 41 on the year. Still looking for his first extra base hit. Extra base hit, I should say. And he has driven in 6. The 0-1 pitch. That's strike 2. Biella, tonight's second baseman, making his first start at second base tonight. John from Wailuku, went to Baldwin High School on the island of Maui. The 0-2 pitch. That's up high around the eyes, and the count 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I would like to remind everyone that at the conclusion of tonight's game, Jim and I will be selecting the GTE Hawaiian Tel Most Valuable Rainbow, the University of Hawaii's General Scholarship Fund.
That ball launched foul. Go ahead.
Will benefit with a $100 cash award in the name of that player from Hawaiian Tel.
We're in the second inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for Arkansas. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Rainbows. Arkansas 11-1 on the year. The Rainbows 10-3. Little looper over the second baseman. Hout fields it, throws, and gets it. I like that guy.
So do I. Now this ball is cued off the bat of V, and watch how it bounces the other way. Now usually when you see that happen, it goes even more toward the right field line, first base line.
Here's Kenny Harrison. First pitch to the left-hander, base hit center field.
Good mechanics right there by Kenny Harrison. It was a breaking ball, and you can see him start the motion toward the pitcher, and you see he keep his hands back. And boy, look at that. Head down on the ball. Good job, Harrison.
So the Rainbows now have 2 hits. Now the batter is Levon Largusa. Pitch to Levon. That's the inside. 1 ball and no strikes. One ball and no strikes to Largusa with Harrison on at first base. Check throw, and Harrison is back. Largusa is now batting .208, 5 for 24. He has 1 extra base hit. And he has driven in 2 runs. The extra base hit was a double. But he has walked 10 times. Goes with the pitch. Lines it into the upper deck. Largusa earlier this week pitched against the Korean professional team. And this is highlights from that. And you can see that at times he showed his brilliance, even though he was consistently high. Now the conference on the mound, he was in trouble early on. in that. And he walked 4 in a row at one point. Wild pitched in a run, walked in 2 others. And then they kind of lit him up in the second inning. But at times, there was hints of brilliance. And that's what the Rainbow coaching staff is waiting for. But the consistency is just not there. The velocity, though, is. The 1-0 pitch. Lifted to the left side. And that will land on the roof.
That's number 55.
You ready for the question? Are you going to ask one or
well,
what?
You can go ahead. You're on a roll tonight. I like these.
How many have come in to watch Rainbow baseball this year?
Do a quick mathematical calculation.
There have been 7. There have been 7 sellouts. That's up high, and we'll go to the backstop. Moving up is Harrison. That'll be a wild pitch.
42,000.
That's close. 40,000. 297. That's 5,513 over last year.
Good things happen when you win, huh?
Oh, yes. 3,100 average per game. And the 7 sellouts. Ragusa waits, trying to pick up Harrison. Pitch to him is inside, and the count is full 3-2.
You know, regarding Largusa, I understand that it can happen. We saw it happen the other night. And I just really have a difficult time personally if you can throw strikes. I mean, the first time you come out after a year layoff, you should be able to throw strikes. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, there really shouldn't be this happening to him. So I just wonder why.
So what you're saying is that even though he has not pitched in a year, that he should be able to come back and throw strikes right away.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he has had a tendency to throw a lot of pitches anyway and walk a lot of people. But, gee, to throw that many pitches, 40-something in that first inning and 93 or so for the whole 3 innings that he pitched, that's just way too much.
Here's Chris Duggar. But there were flashes. Duggar playing third base tonight. First pitch to him, goes after it and hits it to the net. And the count 0-1. So the Rainbows now with 2 on. Kenny Harrison at second base. Livan Largusa at first base. Duggar batting a very healthy .359. 14 for 39 on the year. 3 doubles and 5 runs batted in. Bennett busying himself with Harrison at second base. Outfield pretty much straight away. Moore really backed up in left field. Johnson straight away in center. And Little shortened up in right. Here's the 0-1. That gets away from Paul. He's looking. Won't find it in time, and the runners will move up. Another wild pitch by Bennett. And the count, 1 ball and 1 strike to Duggar.
Well, now this pitch really should have been received and blocked by the catcher, Paul. You notice how he just kind of tried to backhand it with his glove. Well, young catchers out there, move your feet, square off with the ball, and get down in front of it and keep it in front of you. That's a proper technique.
1-1 to Duggar. Infield is drawn in now for Arkansas with runners at second and third. A base hit here. And the Rainbows could easily post 2. 1 out, 2 on. Here's the 1-1 pitch by Bennett. Fastball, base hit, right field. Coming in to score is Harrison. Largusa comes around third. They will hold him up. Good throw from Little in right field. 1-0 Rainbows. And for Chris Duggar, that's his 6th run batted in.
You know, it just seems that Chris Duggar has more RBIs than just 6. It just seems like he's been one of the top or the hottest hitters Hawaii has. Good job by Coach Murakami to hold the runner Largusa at third base, because he's a goner if he comes home.
Here's Steve Otani. He is struggling at the plate. 209, 9 for 43. Otani still looking for his first extra base hit. Check throw, and Duggar is back at first. So runners at the corners with 1 out. Arkansas drawn into double play depth here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. 1 run on 3 hits for the Rainbows. Otani, nice bunt up the first base side. Largusa will score. Otani will be tagged out by the first baseman Carpenter. A delayed squeeze, and it works.
This is a safety squeeze, and the Rainbows really enjoyed doing this with men on first and third, and a pretty good job there by Bubba Carpenter.
Here's Tim Albert. Let's see if he goes after the first pitch. He doesn't. Takes it. 1 ball and no strikes. Duggar at second base. Rainbows lead 2-0. Rainbows have taken advantage again of what Arkansas has given them, especially the wild pitches by Bennett. Albert had a notion, lays off the ball, takes it inside and low. 2-0. Rainbows have 2 hits in the inning. Single by Harrison and an RBI single by Duggar. Sacrifice squeeze bunt by Otani. Brilliant. 2-0 pitch. Swung on and missed by Albert late on the swing. That ball showed up in a hurry. Bennett, who played for Team USA during the summer, set at the belt. 2-1 pitch. Albert had a notion. Did he go around? He did not. Now they say that he did. Nelson Valdez at third.
We'll get a look at it here, and looked like just at the replay closed. Yeah, that it looked like he was going there.
At any rate, it's 2-2. 2 outs, 2 runs in. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and lifted, perhaps to the roof. Yes.
56.
56 this year. Here's a good one. This may last a while. The last major rule change in the major leagues was in 1973, which was?
Well, I would say the last major rule change was the designated hitter in 1976.
In 1973. That's when they put it in. Fly ball left field foul.
But they used it then in 76.
Well, according to the Sporting News, it was in 73.
Oh, really? Here all along, I thought the first DH was Ron Blomberg.
Well, he was. He was. I mean, he was the first DH on that particular day because the game was played in the East, but there were others.
Right, yeah.
There were others. Now, before that, the other major rules change.
Good question.
Happened in 1903. What was it?
9 innings.
No. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
You have to take your, no, I was going to say take
Tim
your
Albert.
gloves off the field, but no. No spitball.
No. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Fly ball to center field. Crossing over into left center is Mark Johnson. And then all of a sudden he pulls up, and Ron Moore, the left fielder, makes it for the 3rd out. 2-0 Rainbows after 2.
So, what are you doing after this?
Let me think. Today's Tuesday. Tuesdays I play peekaboo.
Hey, what's that guy eating?
New BK broiler, flame broiled chicken. I hear it's fabulous.
Flame broiled, I like that.
Then there's the original Burger King chicken sandwich. Whole different taste.
So, what'd your dad get?
That's my mom.
Sorry, I still get those mixed up.
Chicken tenders.
So much chicken, so few teeth.
Hey, this is Burger King, so why do they have all this chicken?
Like they say, sometimes you gotta break the rules.
So that's what they mean by that.
Somewhere between the sand and sea, Kramer's splashes in with a tidal wave of color. Now surfacing, current trends of the time. Feel the heat? Catch the new wave in men's swimwear by Kramer's. At Surf's Up, Kramer's, Ala Moana, and Pearl Ridge.
Just when you thought it was safe to go on vacation, Homie's alone.
Let me in that house.
But don't worry.
Lester Freeman anti-slasher home protection system is fully installed.
Catch an all-new True Colors. Then,
with this invention, Santo Domingo can win the science fair.
Parker knows what Miss Musso wants, and he's gonna give it to her. Parker Lewis. Can't lose. Right after True Colors, Sunday.
We move to the third inning. 2-0 Rainbows. 2 runs on 3 hits for Hawaii. No runs on 2 hits for Arkansas. Billy Blanchette hooked up in a good one with Doug Bennett. Here's Mark Johnson, the center fielder. Now, to go back to what we were saying about the trivia question, that the designated hitter rule was, according to Sporting News, put in 1973. Before that, there was another major rule change in Major League Baseball in 1903. Popped up behind the plate, getting a late start is Takayoshi, but he gets there. And you can see that he had to really struggle to locate it.
Yeah, he had a tough time getting out. He really didn't know where the ball was to begin with, but good recovery and catch by Snack. How about numbers on the back of the uniforms?
No. You know what it was? Foul balls were designated to count as strikes.
Oh, really?
Jeff Houck grounds it to Viella, his counterpart, who throws him out. That brings up Scott Epps with 2 down here in the top half of the third inning. Rainbows leading 2-0. I don't think the clock will make it either. That won't be one of the big changes. 0-1 to Scott Epps. And again, Blanchette, very crafty. And when you use that terminology, it's usually a pitcher with great experience. But Blanchette had pitched only 5 innings last year. And here he is, the #1 pitcher in the rotation this year. The 0-2 pitch just clinked to the backstop. So it seemed like he's like a fellow that you just pull the blankets off of. You strip away the veneer, and there was a pitcher. I mean, he did throw in high school.
Yes, he did.
But here he is, the #1 pitcher on the staff. The 0-2 pitch. Well, that outside pitch, that tantalizing, teasing ball that drops away.
He had some of this ability in high school, but mainly he was a power pitcher. So he came at people because he does throw harder than he's throwing now.
2-2 for Scott Epps.
When he first came back from Pepperdine a couple of years ago, I mean, it was a very big difference in velocity.
Swung on and missed. Off speed got him. 5th strikeout for Blanchette after 2.5. 2-0 Rainbow.
I like long moonlit rides on my Harley, quiet evenings, listening to heavy metal, and chowing down on these old-fashioned patty melts from Jack in the Box. There's nothing like relaxing with a patty melt while your woofers and tweeters are knocking the pictures off your wall.
The old-fashioned patty melt, a juicy burger, grilled onions, melting cheese on grilled rye at Jack in the Box.
I guess I'm just an old-fashioned girl.
Excuse me, just one more question?
Well, of course. Is there something else?
You did say my new brakes were from Napa.
Yeah, Napa. And they come with a lifetime warranty.
I just want to be sure.
Well, I can't blame you for that.
Thanks. It's really important to me. Come on, sweetheart. Let's go.
When you need to be sure, Napa. We keep Hawaii on the move.
Angioplasty, bypass, electrophysiology. For the heart patient, it amounts to one thing: a second chance.
And for those of you who still don't get it, this is your brain on drugs. And this is your brain on a hard roll with bacon and tomato.
Remember, just say yes to an all-new In Living Color. Then, Kelly goes to modeling school. And the whole family wants to get in on the act.
Maybe there's a job for a runway model with dirty underwear.
Gee, Your Honor, I don't know where that shotgun came from.
Don't miss Married with Children, Sunday.
Harold Kabab leads it off for the Rainbows in the bottom half of the third inning. 2-0 Hawaii over Arkansas. Doug Bennett, the starter, delivers, and that pitch hits the bottom of the roof. Look out. When it hits the bottom of the roof, it really ricochets into the crowd. That's where you really have to pay attention. Kabab grounded to the second baseman Jeff Houck, his first time. Rainbow scoring the 2 runs in the bottom half of the second. Pitch is low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Friends always have their parties catered by Marion's, and it never fails. Their food is so good. Their guests are sure to make extra plates to take home. No wonder Marion's is Hawaii's favorite caterer. Try them, and you'll find out why there's no leftovers at your parties. Now, did he go around here?
Nope. What do you think?
Close. That was close. That was right on the line. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kabab. And the 1-2. Beaten foul, and that will roll into the Arkansas dugout. Marion's Catering is Hawaii's favorite caterer. Try them and you'll find out why. Marion's in Wahiawa.
Yes, Wahiawa.
The 1-2 pitch to Kabab. Ground ball up the middle. Over is Davis. By him into center field. So a base hit for Kabab, and for the Bows, the 4th hit of the game.
Well, sometimes when you get a bad pitch called against you, and in Kabab's case, it was that swing that he thought he didn't take. But boy, he hangs in there and comes back with that base hit.
Here's Todd Takayoshi. Takayoshi singled to left field his first time. Infield drawn in a double play depth. 2-0 Bows here in the third inning. Takayoshi lifts it to the left side, and this will fall on top of the batting house. Takayoshi started tonight batting .378. He really has improved, I think, in his catching skills. That's where he has made the most progress. Paul sets up on the outside of the plate. Runner goes. Throw to second base is high. And a stolen base for Kabab. Boy, Houck really had to leap for that.
Yeah, he did. Now the catcher's got a good arm. Courtney Paul, just a freshman, throws down to second base in just over 2 seconds, 2.07. Which is quite good.
Watch this leap by the little guy.
Yeah, good throw, and he's out. Good job. Gee, I like that guy, huh?
Yeah. Takayoshi base hit to left field. Kabab makes the turn at third. Up at the ball is Moore. Kabab will hold at third. Runners at the corners. And Takayoshi is 2 for 2.
And I think what has made Snack a better hitter is the fact that he can go the opposite field now. Now that pitch is outside high. You see him slap it over there, and he hits it well.
So the Bows running the bases very well tonight. The batter will be Darren Moreland. John Lutke has come out. He is the one of the assistant coaches for Arkansas, pitching coach, and Lutke now talking to Doug Bennett. So the first visit of the game. Very short visit. Rainbows lead 2-0. They have 2 runs on 5 hits. 2 hits here in the 3rd inning. Single by Kebab. Stole second base. That was his first stolen base of the year. And Takayoshi with the masher to left field. Runners at the corner. And here is Darren Moreland. And Moreland leads the team in runs batted in with 10. To the 5'10" senior. Waiting. Pitch by Bennett. High and away. 1 ball and no strikes. And when you look at Bennett, he comes in 1-0. But he has pitched before this game only 4 innings this year. Pitch to Moreland. Takayoshi going. Base hit right field. Kebab will come in to score. Takayoshi, the ball gets by the right fielder Little. Takayoshi had stopped, and now he goes on to third. 3-0 Rainbows. 11th RBI of the year for Moreland. And an error will be charged on the right fielder Little.
Good job of hitting by Darren Moreland as he goes the other way behind a running Takayoshi. Now the right fielder, as Jim said, Little, has been charged with an error. Now that ball went right behind him, so it's real difficult, I know, for a third base coach to wave the runner on. Coach Murakami did in fact hold him up.
Runners at the corners. John Fiella the batter. 3-0 Rainbows. We are in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Bennett works to first base and Moreland is back. So Moreland with his 11th run batted in. Kebab scoring easily from 3rd. Takayoshi at 3rd and Moreland at 1st. Big John waits. And Bennett will step off.
Well, Doug Bennett is a fine pitcher, and Rainbows, which means the Rainbows are really doing a job on him right now. 6 hits in going into the 3rd inning here.
Runner going, throw to second base, bounces off the shortstop Davis into short right field. Coming in to score is Takayoshi. All the way around to 3rd goes Moreland. So an error charged to the catcher, Courtney Paul.
Well, Moreland actually stopped on his way to second base because he knew he really didn't get a jump. Now you see how he does not take a step. Now it takes an exceptional arm to do this. Paul does have an exceptional arm for a freshman, but he just underthrew that thing.
Pitch to the yellow, launched foul off to the right side. And the count remains 0-2. So 2 errors in the inning now for Arkansas. Rainbows lead 4-0. Moreland at 3rd and no one out. Infield really drawn in. Fiella hits one to short right field. Coming on is Little, and Johnson, the center fielder. It falls in for a base hit. Coming in to score is Moreland. And Fiella will get a base hit and an RBI. The Rainbows lead 5-0.
Well, when things are going good, base hits like this tend to drop in. And when they're not, these things are routine pop-ups. But Blake Little now, the right fielder, and Mark Johnson, the center fielder, are playing deep, and they have to come a long way to get this ball. Nobody does. Now, you know, they play on AstroTurf themselves, so that could have been disastrous for a team that overplayed that.
So Viella at first, and the batter is Ken Harrison. For John Viella, that's his 7th run batted in on the season. Harrison is 1 for 1, singled to center field and scored the first run of the game in the 2nd inning. Viella doesn't go, and the pitch down low. No one out here in the bottom of the 3rd.
And something interesting about Arkansas is that most of the players have on these shoes with turf shoes with rubber cleats on the bottom rather than the regular metal spikes that you see all the time.
That pitch inside, 2-0.
You know, I was asking Coach DeBryan before the game, how do they feel about hitting with this? Because one of the big complaints about using the rubber type cleat is the fact that you don't have the traction when you hit.
So the bullpen getting very busy for Arkansas. Viela started to go towards second, and the ball launched back to the net. 2 balls and 1 strike to Kenny Harrison. Rainbows have played a very solid game, but it's still early here in the third. Rainbows lead 5-0. Bennett may be a little shell-shocked here. 2 errors in the inning. He's given up 4 straight base hits. Check throw to first, and back is Big John. Viela is 2 for 3 in stolen bases. And one thing that the Rainbows are doing this year is they are running. Run and hit, not out of conception here. 3-1.
Especially on this pitch, when the batter will hold up the swing on a ball, the runner will start.
Fouled off to the right side. That will end up in the Rainbow bullpen. One thing that baseball players always do, if they are not playing and they don't have gloves on, the baseball is like, the baseball, they don't want anything to do with it. They just want to get away from it. Don't let it touch me. Don't let it come anywhere near me. 3-2. The payoff to Harrison. Swings and misses. The throw to second base is in plenty of time. Viela tries to slide around, but they will tag him out. That will go as a double play. Strike him out, throw him out, double play.
Well, Viela again doesn't get a real good jump, but we talked about the arm of Courtney Paul. This is a strike that he throws there to the second baseman.
Batter is Levon Largusa. Walked and scored a run in the second inning. We mentioned that Largusa has a penchant for getting on base. Very good batting eye. He has now walked 11 times. Lays off that pitch. 2-0. If you thought Westport only carried baseball inventory, you've made a big mistake. Westport can also help you find equipment, accessories, and uniforms for your basketball, football, volleyball, and soccer teams. Westport and Waipahu. They know more than just baseball. 2-1 to Levon Largusa. The 2-1 pitch by Bennett swung on and missed. He was way late with that swing.
Well, he's got a lot of movement before he swings the bat, and his swing is tended to be big anyway. But, you know, he was hitting the ball very well last year, so there really wasn't any reason to shorten it up.
The ball hit to the net, and the count will hold 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 to Levon Largusa. Ground ball right back to Bennett. Reaches up to pull it down and then throws him out. Rainbows get 3 in the bottom of the third. They lead 5-0.
Cutter Mitsubishi Waipahu is having the biggest country sale ever. So for a great deal, this is the best time ever. Cutter Mitsubishi's entire inventory is ready for immediate delivery, including Mighty Max pickups from $59.88 or $127 a month. Gallants from $10,988. Eclipse Demo $13,488. Montero 4x4s from $15,988. Low prices, big values, immediate financing. Test drive Motor Trend's Import Car of the Year during the biggest country sale ever. Going on now at Cutter Mitsubishi Waipahu.
Aloha. So, what do you want to see today? Diamond Head?
No, Dial Rent to own location.
Again? Girl from Dial?
Dial Rent to Own has the best locations statewide. Waianae, Waipahu, Wahiawa, Pearl Ridge, Makali, and Kalihi. Don't forget Lihue, Hilo, Kona, and Kahului.
Oh. Arigato, guys from Dial.
Dial Rent to Own. Never any credit hassles and 10 locations statewide.
Shine a light on you, shine a light on me. Keep your Bud Light shining for everyone to see.
Every day, more and more people are getting together over an ice-cold Bud Light.
Well, you can taste it, you can feel it, you know you got it right. 'Cause everything else is just a light. Just keep your Bud Light shining. Just a light. Tom Hanks, Shelley Long. Steven Spielberg presents a symphony of disaster. The Money Pit.
Tuesday at 8:05 on KHNL 13.
Joe Davis will lead it off in the fourth. First pitch is stroked deep to right center field, but Moreland is there to make the catch. Davis gave it a ride, but like most well-hit balls here in Rainbow Stadium, Big Blue tends to hold it in.
Well, that ball was hit hard, but it's that kind of ball that can get them back in the game in a hurry with a few people on.
One out in the top of the fourth. Bubba Carpenter is the batter. He was hit by a pitch. First pitch to him is there for a strike.
Okay, now he's in the second time through. Scott Epps, he struck out to end the third inning, and he struck him out with a change.
Gets hit again. That time he got plunked. So Carpenter, that time he took a plunk, but it was an off-speed pitch, so it would not even leave a mark. And Carpenter is saying to himself, what he has against me. Here's Cale Gilmore. He's got that stock car race driver name. Cale Gilmore. Called out on strikes his first time. 1 ball and no strikes. 5 runs, 7 hits for Hawaii. No runs, 2 hits and 2 errors for Arkansas. That pitch gets there. So Billy changing speeds, changing locations. He will work outside. He will work inside. And so far, he has kept Arkansas off balance. Infield in double play deck. Breaking ball, meager swing, and that is strike number 2. Now that fooled me because I thought Gilmore was heading back to the dugout.
Yeah, I think so.
Boy, that was a
really
quick
was.
strikeout.
Yeah, I think he really was heading back to the dugout, and then he realizes he gets 3.
The 1-2. Fastball hit off the handle, and that's back on the net. 1 out. We are in the top of the fourth, and the Rainbows with a 5-run lead. Tomorrow, an afternoon game, as we will double dip for you here on KHNL, Channel 13. 2 balls and 2 strikes. How do you feel working for a new company? Swung on and missed there. Just took a while. That's the 6th strikeout for Billy B. Did you know that tonight?
Say what?
You were working for a new company?
No, I did not, as a matter of fact.
Blake Little, the right fielder, will step in with 2 outs. And a runner at first base for Arkansas. Rainbows leading 5-zip. Blanchett starts him off speed outside. You are now an employee of the Providence Journal.
I mean, like Providence, Rhode Island Journal, the newspaper?
The missionaries have struck again, big fella. 2-0 the count. It was announced today that agreement has been made to sell King Broadcasting, the parent company based in Seattle of KHNL, to the Providence Journal, newspapers and television stations. Based in Providence, Rhode Island. 2-0. That's a big company, from Providence all the way to Honolulu. Blanchett's 6 strikeouts ties his season high. Billy B up high. 3 balls and no strikes to Blake Little.
Well, Bubba Carpenter at first base takes a lead with about 5 or 6 little shuffle steps.
He does. He kind of tiptoes
yeah, I've
up.
never seen that before.
Tinkerbells it to his lead. That's a strike. 3-1. $226 players in the major leagues make $1 million or more. That's strike 2 on the corner. 3-2. So Blanchett battling back against Blake Little, who struck out his first time in the second inning.
Well, he's telling Largusa to get off of the bag now. But boy, what a decoy that would be if they backdoor Carpenter at first base with a pickoff attempt right here.
Blanchett just says don't hold him on. Carpenter again is saying, what do you have against me? Ground ball slapped at Fiala. He will tag second for the force, and the inning is over. After 3, Rainbows lead at 5-0.
Gosh, I just love boats.
Out on the water, wind in my hair. The two of us on a second honeymoon.
Yeah, the two of us living it up. We got plenty of equity in the house.
It sure would help with our taxes.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
With a Banco home equity credit line, you get money to go for most any dream you've got.
Great minds think alike.
You're so romantic, Harry.
It's great to be your dream bank. Bank of Hawaii, Hawaii's bank.
Things aren't always the way we'd like them to be. Hostile acts in faraway countries can dramatically change things here in Hawaii, like the price we pay for oil. Make no mistake, we're oil dependent. No matter what the price, we must pay it, or we don't get the oil. Or we can actively develop alternate energy sources. Maybe then, we'll never have to be afraid of the dark.
Sports can make all the difference in a young life. That's why Times supports Hawaii's youth sports. And that's why we'd like you to meet Dr. Coop Durin. Coop has done extensive research and worked in all levels of baseball. He helps young athletes get the most from their game by preventing injury and enhancing performance. Coaches, parents, and players can take advantage of this valuable resource through Coop's clinics on Oahu. Call to register and join Times in supporting Hawaii's youth sports.
It's going to be a hot one tonight. Michael J. Fox and the fresh sounds of Alyssa Fiorillo on the next Arsenio Hall show.
Tonight on KHNL 13.
Tonight's most valuable volunteer is Dustin Furuhashi. Leading off for the Rainbows is Chris Duggar. Now, Dustin Furuhashi is a teacher at Neil Valley Intermediate, and he has been involved with Hawaii Special Olympics for the past 10 years. That's down low, 2-0 to Duggar. In July, Dustin will coach the Hawaii delegation for powerlifting at the Special Olympics International Games in Minneapolis. Dustin wins a Time Supermarket and Coca-Cola certificate, plus a chance to win the grand prize. And that's a Creative Holidays trip for 4 to Walt Disney World in Florida. Congratulations to Dustin Furuhashi, who works in the world's most honorable profession, teaching. I want to thank Time Supermarket also for sponsoring the most valuable volunteer. Duggar, high chopper, waiting for it is Epps, but he will play it on the bounce in foul territory. And the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Rainbows, no runs, 2 hits, and 2 errors for Arkansas.
Last week we saw a new type of glove. You know, that catcher's glove with the high hinge break. And now we see a new type of chest protector.
That's fouled back to the screen. Paul has it? Is he wearing it?
Yep, Paul has one on. Now, I ask you, have you ever seen anything like that?
Maybe the Los Angeles Police Department. Yeah, it looks like a bulletproof vest, huh? 2-2 pitch.
Now, you see how he blocked that one? That's how he should have blocked the one that got by him a couple innings ago. Or last inning, I believe it was. No, 2 innings ago. Good job right there. Now notice how he got down, got his head down, went in front of the ball.
3-2 pitch, hard hit ground ball past the diving Epps into left field. That's the 8th hit of the game for the Rainbows. Epps crash landed on the AstroTurf going after that ball. But Duggar is now 2 for 2.
And he's been very successful at hitting the ball when it has been up and toward the inside part of the plate. He's hit the ball hard this year, and that's where that pitch in that part of the location is where he hits the ball the hardest.
Rainbows have 8 hits in 3+ innings. That's Chris's father and family. Here's Steve O'Tonic. Pitch to it. on the inside corner for a strike. 0-1 to Ohtani. Ohtani, and you have to say this, a brilliant bunt up the first base side. The safety squeeze that scored Largusa. And he's squared to bunt again. Does so up the first base side. Bennett, no play at second. He will go to the first baseman Carpenter, and the sacrifice works.
You know what that is? That is in respect for the type of team Coach Murakami thinks Arkansas is, to give up an out, advance a runner at the scoring position. With a 5-run lead, you usually don't see teams do that.
Here's Tim Albert. Let's see if he jumps on the first pitch here. He does. Fouls it to the roof. We were mentioning about baseball and the rule.
57, by the way, excuse me.
Now, in the American League, they still have the DH. What did all of the DHs bat accumulative last year in the American League? That's a call. They say he went around, so strike is recorded on Albert 0-2.
This is a guess, but maybe 220.
251. And how many home runs do you think they hit?
102.
251.
Really?
Yes. Albert strikes out. Second strikeout for Doug Bennett. And the batter is Harold Kabab. Of course, Doug Bennett is no relation to Doug Bennett.
Sure, my dear buddy and boss at Punahou now, Doug Bennett, our assistant athletic director. Or I shouldn't say associate athletic director.
Harold Kabab, the batter. The ball in the dirt. The throw to third is high. And sliding in under an attempted tag by Epps is Duggar.
Well, Duggar takes off nicely just at the right time. Good throw by Paul, and Duggar is out. In fact, the third baseman Epps questioned right there where he tagged him on his left foot as he went by.
1-1 the count now to Harold Kabab. Kabab singled the center field in the third inning. Grounded out to the second baseman out in the first. Trying to pick up Duggar at third base. That's over for a strike. 1-2 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Rainbow's trying to add to their 5-run lead. Doug Bennett looking into Courtney Paul, and the 1-2 pitch. Kabab really didn't do anything that time, and they still appeared. And Mike Baldwin, the first base umpire, said, "You really asking me?" Here's the 2-2 to Kabab. Hits it down the right field line, twisting into foul territory. No one will get to it. Carpenter out, and Little jogged after it. The wind has died. It was a windy day today. When we arrived at the ballpark, the flags were having a real party out there. I mean, they were stiff in the breeze. But now, no wind at all. 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. That'll do it for the Rainbows in the bottom of the 4th. After 4, 5-0.
Everything's changing. Wasting is out. Saving, conserving, all that stuff's in. Ecology, definitely in. Make the most of what you've got, and you'll be surprised at what you get. We are going to save the world. But until then, I'll settle for saving a little money. It's simple. New values, new car.
Introducing the all-new Toyota Tercel at a great price. Tercel, the one new value you can drive.
Things that you can depend on, things that you can believe in.
GECC. We're making waves with innovative financial services. Talk to us about auto and equipment leasing, first and second mortgage financing,
and insured investment programs for individuals and businesses. GECC. Remember our name.
GECC, we bring good things to living. We bring good things to life.
The Hotel King Kamehameha has more to offer than beautiful Kona days on a white sand beach. It also has some great Kama'aina rates. Hotel King Kamehameha. It's the Kona that Islanders call home.
Meet the great Maasai warrior, the man of the Serengeti, a National Geographic special.
Wednesday night at 7 on KHNL 13.
Don't forget, tomorrow, KHNL brings you a complete schedule of Rainbow sports. John Powell and me for another game between Hawaii and the Razorbacks at Arkansas. Hawaii will carry the action live from Rainbow Stadium starting at 1 p.m. Ron Moore leads it off. First pitch to him is popped up in foul territory. Takayoshi waiting, makes the catch.
Yeah, that looks like a routine play. And in the daytime, it is a routine play. But right here in that spot in Rainbow Stadium, in the exact spot on the other side, there's a little bit of a blind spot. It's very dark and very difficult to come up with a catch like that. So you can see he's practiced that.
Courtney Paul takes a strike from Billy Blanchette. And don't miss the final basketball game of the regular WAC season. The Rainbows against the Aztecs of San Diego State. Join Artie Wilson and me for the complete live coverage tomorrow night at 7:30 on Hawaii's very own KHNL Channel 13. So we double dip tomorrow. Baseball in the afternoon at 1. Basketball at 7:30 from the Blaisdell. And the Rainbows really need to win that game. Then they don't have to play on Wednesday the also-ran game in the WAC. 2-1 the count to Courtney Paul, the catcher for Arkansas. 5 runs, 8 hits for the Rainbows. No runs, 2 hits, 2 errors for the Razorbacks. We're on the top of the 5th. Pitch by Blanchette. Popped up that may find the roof.
No.
No?
I thought it did. But it didn't have a resounding thud. It just went plunk and it fell back off.
You know, here's something that CBS bid for Major League Baseball $1.48 billion to carry it through 1993. ESPN bid $400 million. Fly ball, chasing it is Largusa. He's good at this, and that one eludes him. Well, we've seen Largusa go right up to the dugout, steps, reach into the first row and make catches.
Well, the key to this is getting a good jump, and Largusa got a very good jump on that. Just twisted a little bit differently on him at the last minute.
Well, CBS bids $1.48 billion. We're talking you can hardly say it. Billion dollars.
Yeah.
Even $400 million is something.
Well, 226 people can say it, huh?
That's true. Popped up, Otani calling. Otani backpedaling, makes the catch. And that'll bring up Mark Johnson, the center fielder, who popped out to Todd Takayoshi in the 3rd inning, batting here in the 5th. Now, what has been found out is that CBS lost $100 million in their coverage last year of baseball, and ESPN lost $53 million. And I turn to you and I say there are still 50 million people going through the turnstiles of Major League Baseball every year. Yet, are they finding out something here? Largusa bobbles. Blanchette gets over there, and they get it. Oh, little dance, little dipsy-do. But the 3rd out recorded. After 4.5, 5-0 Bows.
This is never gonna work. Hey, relax. Anybody can send them roses.
Excuse me, we didn't order these. Ian, what's this?
Hi.
Did they really expect us to call them?
I'm telling you. Hello.
Nothing beats a Bud.
Hi, I'm Didi Ayo.
And away we go.
Reserve your Las Vegas package at special low prices to downtown's exciting Four Queens Hotel, or the dazzling Golden Nugget, or the new oasis on the Strip, the elegant Mirage Hotel. Fly on American Airlines with hotel, transfers, and some meals. Plus, save $60 with free stopovers in Los Angeles and San Francisco. Call now for the special to Las Vegas.
Creative holidays. And away we go.
When you're badly injured, an insurance company is not your friend. You're neither in good hands nor safe when you're dealing with them. A skilled personal injury lawyer has the background and experience to deal with the insurance company's tricks. The insurance company wants to take in as much as possible in premiums and pay out as little as possible in losses. My job for you is to make sure they pay out everything you deserve.
When you need help, call Shutter and Glickstein.
Time now for the Bud Fact, brought to you by Budweiser, king of beers. Hawaii's special batting leaders against right-handers, it's Tim Albert, batting .429, and against left-handers, Dwayne Daughtry, not on the lineup tonight at the present time. He's batting .800. Todd Takayoshi leads it off first. Diving stop by Houck. Throw to first in time.
I like that guy.
I like that guy. How old is he? What, 12? 13?
Well, he's a sophomore. That makes him about 19 or 20. And Snack, I know, is real upset about this because there's base hit all the way on that. What a play. That's an all-star ballot play right there. What do you think?
Oh, yes. Great play by the little guy. I mean, all of his life, you know that all of his life, when he turns up to turn out for baseball, I mean, people maybe even laugh and point at him. Say, you want to what? And here he is playing Division I baseball for the number 5 ranked team in the country. What a great defensive play by Jeff Houck, the second baseman. Anyway, we were telling you about the Bud Fact. This Bud Fact brought to you by Budweiser, who would like to remind you to know when to say when. Moreland is 1 for 2. Drove in his 11th run with a base hit to right field.
I have to laugh every time you say that. Well, you say it when it's what's printed there. Bud Fact brought to you by Budweiser? Nah, really?
That's true. That's true. Maybe we can make up something. The 1-2. That's up high.
I would really enjoy seeing Doug Bennett pitch in May. You said he's only gotten 4 innings under his belt before tonight, and he's working into the 5th, which will probably be his last inning. According to Coach DeBryan, that's what they are aiming at.
Moreland chops it to the shortstop, Davis. Davis throws it by Carpenter. Moreland will go to second base. And that will be an error on the shortstop, Davis. That's the 3rd error for Arkansas.
Yeah, this is flat out underneath 6. I mean, it's a routine ball right at him. He's got a lot of time to throw. And you see how he kind of choked the ball and released the ball too far out in front of him. And Carpenter couldn't come up with the dig at first base.
John Viella, his 7th run batted in his last appearance at the plate. 1 for 2. Pitch to Viella. Cues it foul by Ron Nomura, coaching at first base.
So there was a total of $150-something million lost on baseball.
That's right. And what they found out is that baseball, unlike the National Football League, baseball really has a regional following. That when, let's say, Kansas City plays Cleveland, people in Cleveland, people in Kansas City will watch, but not necessarily people all around the country. That's why you see on the networks, you see the same teams all the time. You will see New York. You will see Los Angeles. You will see the Mets against somebody. You will see the Yankees against somebody. Chicago, you'll see. But you won't see the Seattles. And you won't see the San Diegos. inside 2-1 to Biela.
Well, there's so many games. In National Football League, there are, what, 16 season games? And now we're talking 162 regular season games. So it's a little bit of an overkill, I think.
That's every day.
In addition to that, I mean, they got games here at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Runner going, throw to third base, goes into left field. And Moreland will score. It is 6-0 Rainbows, and that is the 4th error of the game, 2nd error in the inning.
Well, they flash E2 on the board. I'm not real sure this is an E2. Because the throw is in the vicinity, and maybe it should have been caught. What do you think? Yeah, too far inside. Too far inside. Yeah, E2. Good call, statistician.
Ground ball, base hit, and that will roll into the right field corner. Biela on his way to second. Little up with the ball, and Biela will come in with a stand-up double, and that is John Biela's first extra base hit of the season.
We see where this pitch is in the outside part of the plate, and V, when he hits it, he's got his hands ahead of the bat and makes good contact down the line. Doesn't even hesitate. By the way, Moreland, when he slid at third base, didn't hesitate at all. It was a great slide or a dive and a get up and go toward home plate.
Here's Kenny Harrison, and the pitch there for a strike, 0-1.
You know, I think the real test for the Bows is going to come when they play their WAC series, you know, early in April, and then they start coming back and start playing Cal Berkeley and USC on the road.
That's inside.
I mean, every one of their games is at home until the time they go in that series. So I think it'll really tell what kind of team this is. I mean, they're playing wonderful baseball right now, and they're ahead 6-0 on a team that's above them in the rankings. But it's all at home, and I think that really should be said.
Ultimately, that's right. Ultimately, the success of this team will come on the road. It must. If they go to a regional, and of course it is still very early in the season. But if you project that, if you extrapolate all the way into the regionals, if the Rainbows are to make any kind of national impact at all, they must do it in the regionals, and they must do it on the road. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Kenny Harrison with 1 out. It's fouled to the net.
Well, in a game like this, 6-0, it's highly unlikely that we will get to see their #1 reliever, a guy who had 13 saves last year and a 7-1 record, young man named Phil Stidham, and he's an underhand pitcher, and I want to see a guy like that.
Harrison hits it to right field. Blake will make the catch. Biela will tag, but not go at second base. And there's 2 down. That'll bring up Levon Largusa. It's time to call the experts at Hau'oli Pest Control. They specialize in complete pest control services, from a simple spraying for roaches to a major fumigation. No pest can escape the licensed professionals from Hau'oli Pest Control. Tom Nago is the president. Largusa is 0 for 1 with a walk, and he has scored a run. We're in the 5th. Rainbows lead 6-0. Largusa lost a soft fly ball to left field. Moore comes on to make the catch, and that will retire the side. But the Rainbows get 1 run on 1 hit. After 5, they lead it 6-0.
Good kids have good fun at Zippy's and win lots of prizes in Zippy's coloring contest. 4 winners every week at every location, and get a free hamburger and soft drink just for entering. Grand prize, a trip to Walt Disney World from Creative Holidays. Enter today at Zippy's. Good kids have good fun at Zippy's and win lots of prizes in Zippy's coloring contest. 4 winners every week at every location, and get a free hamburger and soft drink just for entering. Grand prize, a trip to Walt Disney World from Creative Holidays. Enter today at Zippy's.
Life, take 1.
I do.
You only get one take in life. Take Sony Handycam, the world's smallest camcorders for life's biggest moments.
The opportunity of a lifetime.
Doc, you know how big this is?
Whether Clark Kellogg wants it.
I'll quit the job tomorrow.
Or not.
What is the deal, please?
The Freshman, a TriStar Pictures release from RCA Columbia Pictures Home Video, rated PG.
Show us your cards, America!
This KH&L sports presentation is sponsored by Budweiser. Budweiser, the king of beers, with that clean, crisp, cold taste. Nothing beats a Bud.
Jeff Houck is the batter, 5'2", 135 pounds, from Carthage, Missouri. Went to Carthage High School. Houck is 1 for 2, and now he's 2 for 3. Base hit to right field.
Remember I said that he wasn't the starting second baseman. The regular starting second baseman is a guy named Tim Thomas, who's injured. Broke his foot against the Korean professional team that they played. Yeah. But you know right now that Jeff Houck is really battling his way into the starting lineup. Made a couple outstanding plays tonight. Goes 2 for 3 so far. I like this guy.
Scott Epps, who has struck out twice, swings and misses. Throw to second base by Takayoshi. It's there in plenty of time, and Houck knew it. Takayoshi to Viella.
Well, Houck does not get a real good jump off of Blanchette because he uses the slide step, Billy does, I mean. And so Snack has got a lot of time to throw him out, and he's a gunner. Dead out at second base.
Houck is now 4 for 7 in stolen bases on the year.
That's 58.
That's up on the roof. Now, how many runs batted in by the designated hitters in the American League? Well, first of all, are you for the designated hitter rule?
In professional baseball?
Yes.
No. I'll tell you why, because it's not that I dislike it. It's just that it's not the purism of the game. See, there's a change there. You know, like day baseball. I was really, really crushed when they put night baseball at Wrigley. I really was. I thought about it for days. Because that was the last bastion of the baseball hope, right?
All strike 3. That's 7 strikeouts now for Billy Blanchette. That is his season high.
High school, I like it.
And Joe Davis will be the batter. I like the designated hitter. I do. And, you know, there may be a movement now. Fly ball to center field by Joe Davis. Over is Darren Moreland, and he will make the catch to retire the side. We'll continue our discussion on the designated hitter, or at least a little bit of it anyway, when we come back. Rainbows have a big lead.
Honey, we got the loan.
I guess that means we better get busy.
Bright and sunny. Lots of windows, you know?
And lots of closet space. Do you think we can finish this in time?
That's right. We have a deadline, don't we?
Commitment to building a future together. That's something we understand. A commitment to being there when you need us. American Savings Bank.
Being on time. That's what we push for. It's what our customers expect. So that's what we care about, and that's why our mechanics go all out. We go from the nose to the tip of the tail on every airplane, every day. When the planes run right, planes run on time. That's what I care about, and I'm proud of it. We all are.
Engelman Handler
Hammerhand and Zangrillo.
Send me that report, please.
Now, even the smallest business can seem large thanks to the new Panasonic portable laptop word processor and the new easy-to-use desktop word processor. There's even a Panasonic fax with a built-in answering machine. So now, even the smallest business can seem large thanks to Panasonic.
Hagelman here. Hammerhand. Zangrillo speaking.
Scott Brocail has come on to pitch. He's out of Lamar, Colorado, the freshman at 6'3". Brocail taking over for the starter, Doug Bennett. Brocail with, you see, the perfect earned run average, but again, only 5 innings pitched over 3 games. Chris Duggar, 2 for 2 with a run batted in, leads it off against Brocail. Bennett pitched 5 innings. Gave up 6 runs on 9 hits, struck out 4 and walked 1. He was charged with 3 wild pitches. Duggar takes a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike from Brocail. Rainbow 6 runs on 9 hits. They have committed no errors. Whereas Arkansas has committed 4 errors in this game. The Rainbows have taken advantage of that. That pitch way inside. Duggar having to twist his body away from that offering. Remember, at the conclusion of tonight's game, Pal and I will be selecting the GTE Hawaiian Tel Most Valuable Rainbow. Hawaiian Tel will contribute to the General Scholarship Fund of the University of Hawaii in the name of that player. 2-1 pitch. Just missed. There's Mr. Duggar looking on. And the 3-1. Popped up. That may be playable. Courtney Paul, the catcher, waiting, and he's able to backhand it for the out.
Good job by Paul to catch that. We're talking about the one that Takayoshi caught, and this is in the exact same spot. Ah, shucks.
Duggar's dad tells it all. Steve Ohtani, sacrificed twice. He has driven in a run. Waves at an offering, just gets a piece of it. We're in the 6th inning.
Now, talking to Coach DeBryan before the game, I asked him, you know, how his club was, and he says, we have pitching. And you see the first 2 pitchers. Granted, the Rainbows have scored 6 runs off of the ace, Doug Bennett, but you know he's a good pitcher. And now you look at this young fella, Scott Brocail, a freshman.
Earned almost every imaginable honor at Lamar High School, all conference, sophomore, junior, and senior, Lamar, Colorado. And Ohtani is plucked. So Ohtani has yet to come to bat officially tonight, but he's driven in a run, and he becomes a base runner here in the bottom half of the 6th inning.
Well, it was on a breaking ball, so if it hits you, it won't hurt that much.
Now, Brocail was one of those pitchers who got better every year in high school. Had ERAs of 2.81 his sophomore year. Ohtani going. That pitch in the dirt. And Ohtani now in scoring position.
He was going, so that's a stolen base. Ball was in the dirt, and the catcher, Paul, blocked it.
Tim Albert, 1 ball and no strikes. Albert is 0 for 3. Pitched by Brocail. Ground ball right by Brocail into center field for a base hit. Ohtani is waved home. Up with the ball is Johnson. Here's the throw. Here's Ohtani. The throw is wide. And Ohtani will score. The Rainbows lead 7-0. And Albert gets his 8th run batted in of the year.
Now, after Albert hits this ball and Ohtani scores, the center fielder now, Johnson, makes a real good throw home, and it kind of hugs the ground and it gets by Paul, the catcher. But Albert, in the meantime, now, I can't understand, is going back to first base. You see, so when you see the ball go by the cutoff man, I mean, heck, take the extra base.
Here's Harold Kabab with 1 out, 1 run in, and the ball is thrown away. And now we will race. Albert around second on his way to third. Up with the ball is Little, the right fielder. And Albert will slide in. Another error for Arkansas.
Well, this is going to be interesting to see who they give the error to, because the throw didn't seem like it was that bad of a throw. See, it just went right by the first baseman.
And they will say that it is an error on the first baseman, Carpenter.
Yeah, I think that ball really should have been caught. And now Arkansas is bringing their infield in.
Pitch to Kabab, waves at it and missed. 1-1.
Well, as a hitter, when you see the infield play in, it is an ideal time, a great situation to hit in. This is something that you practice, or you should practice every day, situational hitting. There opens up a lot of gaps in the infield if you hit the ball on the ground, or of course a sac fly will score the run.
Off speed, just high, 1 ball, 1 strike. We're mentioning about Brocao's ERAs as a sophomore 2.81, a junior 1.65, and a senior 0.84. That's down low. He fanned 132 batters in 63 innings as a senior in high school last year. But this is a big jump from being a senior among the preps to Division I. 2-1 pitch. Fastball.
Well,
that misses. 3-1.
Just looking at him, the size, the velocity, the movement of the ball, the curveball. I don't even know anything about this young man, but I can venture a guess that he got drafted.
Swung on and missed. Kabab, and the count is full. Was drafted by the Montreal Expos. He was an all-state quarterback and defensive back. He's amazing. Payoff to Kabab. Check swing, ball misses. Runners at the corner.
Well, the Rainbows have gotten on base on their own tonight. I mean, they've gotten 10 base hits, only given up, gotten on base through a walk twice.
Here's Todd Takayoshi, 2 for 3. Hit the ball well each time. He was robbed of a base hit by second baseman Jeff Hout. Check throw and back. Here's Harold Kabab. Tim Albert at third. Kabab at first base for the Bows here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1 run across. Bows lead 7-0. And there's that move that never really works. Although we did see it work last week, a variation of it. Not that particular move, but a variation of it. And you see the bullpen. Runners going. Throw to second base. He took something off that throw. I don't know whether Paul really wanted to throw the ball or not.
Well, he doesn't move into the ball using the crow hop technique of throwing. What he does do is just keep that foot on the ground. And a lot has to do with the location of the pitch that he's given the throw with, but no chance at all.
Rainbows have run the bases. They've driven Arkansas crazy. This ball is hit deep. This drive is going over the head of Little, and this drive is off the right center field wall. Albert will score. Coming around third is Kabab, a 2-run double for Takayoshi.
Well, we have talked all year about power and about how Todd Takayoshi represents really one of the only consistent power threats. There are a few others. And how people have been playing him to right center field a lot. Well, this ball is, it's hit. I mean, it really hit the very bottom of the wall out there. What would you say, about 390?
Oh, yes. Rainbows now lead 9-0. That was the 10th and 11th runs batted in of the year for Todd Takayoshi. And the Rainbows have made really a mockery of Arkansas's greatest asset. They came in touting their pitching core, saying that if anything, they would challenge for the Southwest Conference Championship because of their pitching. They were deep and they were good. But tonight, the Rainbows have handled them very well. 9 runs on 11 hits. Darren Moreland makes his way to the plate. You know, when you talk about the ultimate local treat, you're obviously talking about pork. And when you're talking about poi, you should be talking about Haleiwa strain poi. For 45 years, it's Hawaii's favorite for parties, picnics, any occasion when you want to serve the very best. Remember, Haleiwa strain poi. Moreland swings and misses. Moreland's done some damage. He has scored 2 runs. He has driven in 1. He is 1 for 3. Drove in his 11th run in the 3rd inning. That's in the dirt. Takayoshi will stay at second base. Moreland is the 7th Rainbow to bat here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. It's been all Rainbows. 2 runs in the 2nd, 3 runs in the 3rd, a run in the 5th, and 3 runs here in the 6th. Inside. No, that catches the inside corner. That ball came back to catch the corner. So it's 1 and 2, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Moreland. Off speed, called, strike 3.
You know, to be honest with you, I didn't think that was that bad of a pitch.
Watch the outside corner of the plate.
Yeah, watch where the ball crosses.
Little outside. Little outside. John Viella, his first extra base hit of the season, his last at bat. A double to right field just inside the chalk. And his parents are here watching tonight, coming over from the Valley Island. Viella is 2 for 3. He has driven in a run. John lays off the ball and takes it outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. There you see Mr. and Mrs. Viella.
Good people. Good, real good people.
The 1-1. Swung on and missed. Oh, Viella wanted that one. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. 3 runs across, and Takayoshi on at second base. We're in the 6th. Fly ball twisting away from Johnson in center field, but he crosses into the alley. And he's able to pick it off for the 3rd out. 3-run score on 2 base hits, and more errors are posted for Arkansas at the end of 6, 9-0 Rainbow.
Hello, Jim. Your mission, should you choose to accept it. Lease a fully loaded 1991 4-door Chevy Lumina for just $229 a month with no down payment. At that price, even you can afford to lease a Lumina, Jim. Just $229 a month and no down payment. But do it now, because this offer will self-destruct after May 31st. Good luck, Jim. For an unbeatable leasing deal, see one of your Hawaiian Chevrolet Geo dealers today.
Take a typical American car. That's about 3.5 years old with around 40,000 miles on it. And the people who own it would like to keep it maybe 2 more years. But in the next few months, that car may start running a little sluggishly, which could just mean it's time to change gasolines to 89 octane at Unocal 76. 2 extra octane points could be all that's needed for 2 more years of trouble-free driving.
Kodak film is a big favorite with UH sports fans who want to capture the action and excitement of any event in the true colors of Kodak. For fast action pictures or for sharing golden memories, you'll always capture the true colors of Hawaii with Kodacolor Gold Film from Woolworth.
We're Woolworth's, Hawaii's favorite store.
Kodak, a proud supporter of UH Sports.
Gina Davis in Living Colors, Damon Wayans and Jeff Goldblum star in a cosmic comedy. Earth Girls Are Easy, Monday on Fox.
Want to know the count to Bubba Carpenter as we begin the 7th inning. 9 runs on 11 hits, no errors for the Rainbows, no runs on 3 hits, and 5 errors for Arkansas. That's a baseball that was found on the roof earlier this week. It's been up there now for 3 years. That's what it looks like. It's a the 1-1 pitch. Ground ball wide of first. Largusa will vacuum and trot to the bag himself. Cale Gilmore will be the batter. He has struck out twice, called out on strikes in the second inning, and he struck out in the fourth. Billy Blanchette continues to cruise. One thing about Billy B is his longevity in games. He's pitching into the 7th inning here. Pitch to Gilmore. Just over the outside corner for a strike. You know what the sweetest sound to a person's ears is, especially at this part of the year? Tax refund.
Oh, okay.
The 0-1 pitch. That's on the inside corner for a strike. 0-2. Gilmore not particularly thrilled.
Yeah, this
with
is
that.
the 3rd time he's been hitting with 2 strikes against him,
That's
too.
right. Hawaii check cashing. At Hawaii check cashing, you can have your tax refund checks cashed with no problems. 6 locations, open every day and holidays. When you need to cash your check, you can bank on them. Hawaii check cashing. You want to know the number? 526 cash. Tax refund. Gilmore is gone. That's the 8th strikeout for Billy Blanchette.
And it's also a hat trick for young Cale Gilmore. See, one of Blanchette's strong points is the fact that he gets people talking to themselves as they go back to the dugout, how they should have done this and that when they were facing Billy.
Here's Blake Little. Ground ball. Duggar is there. Long throw in time. And that'll do it. After 6.5, Rainbows lead 9-0.
Nothing beats a bud with a friend. Nothing beats what we've got here. Nothing beats clean, crisp, cold. Nothing beats the king of beers. Yeah, nothing beats a bud. Yeah, nothing beats a bud. Nothing beats a Budweiser. Nothing beats a bud.
It'll just be a minute.
Vicky, hi. What brings you here today?
Well, Tommy needs to open an account, and I need a little help.
That's what I'm here for.
The last time you helped us was just before Tommy was born.
Sure, I remember. I gave you a loan to add a room for Tommy.
Well, now we need a little investment advice.
We can talk about your options now if you want. And here's a little something for you to consider, Tommy.
Central Pacific Bank. We put you first.
Brace yourself for impact. A gutsy test of survival on a desolate planet. And a daring sacrifice.
Captain Picard?
I may not make it. If he doesn't get water, he's never going to survive.
I'm not gonna let you die.
The courage to face death on the next exciting episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Tuesday night at 7 on KHNL 13.
We move to the bottom of the 7th inning. And the batter is a pinch hitter for Kenny Harrison, and that is Kevin Curtis. One ball and one strike to him. Curtis coming in to this game, batting .357, appearing in his 10th game of the season. 1 double and 5 runs batted in. 6'1" freshman from Upland, California. Curtis' big hit was a game winner
on Friday night
against Fresno State a week ago. So he comes on against Scott Brocale, the right-hander, and the 1-2 pitch to it. 2-2. Aloha Tofu is truly a superfood free from cholesterol and high in protein, iron, and calcium. Use Aloha Tofu in place of meat or cheese in your favorite recipes. Low in calories, high in benefits. Try Aloha Tofu today. Curtis backs away from that. I don't really turning your head like that before the ball gets there. Billy turned away from that pitch.
Yeah, it's good to turn your back, but
3-2 pitch swung on and missed. Curtis is done. So 1 out in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Rainbow's 9 runs, 11 hits. They've committed no errors. Arkansas has had trouble tonight. No runs, 3 hits. They've committed 5 errors. And batting for Lagusa will be Scott Craven. Craven batting 133, 2 for 15 on the year. 6'2" junior. Craven, for all intents and purposes, will go into play first base. I would not be surprised. Or they could move Duggar to second and Diello over to third, or Diello to first. We'll see. Craven is hit. I mean, he takes a shot.
yeah, that wasn't a curveball as Ohtani got hit with. This was the heater.
That just runs in on him.
It's a run of the upper left arm, the tricep.
So Craven is aboard at first base, and the batter is Chris Duggar. He is 2 for 3 with a run batted in. Great stop by Epps. Throws to the second baseman Houck for 1. Relay to Carpenter, and that's a 5-4-3 double play. At the end of 7, 9-0 Rainbows.
Nissan's new NX is serious about fun.
The heat is on. It's on the street, yeah. Oh, the heat is. Oh. The heat is rising higher. It's a Nissan fire. Oh. Tell me, can you feel it? The heat is on.
Feel Nissan's fire.
Customer service, this is Evan. I'll be happy to set that up for you. Ikeda. Got it. Thank you, Mrs. Ikeda.
I was thinking about that account. Let's upgrade it to a better pricing plan. What do you think?
That's a good idea. It's all taken care of, Mrs. Ikeda. No problem. I'm faxing it over there right now. Yes, Mrs. Ikeda. I'm still here. No, I haven't had lunch yet.
Evan, visitor.
Customer service.
Mrs. Ikeda?
Good work has its own rewards. Long Distance USA.
At Island Movers, we believe in service to our customers and service to our community. As Hawaii's premier mover and general agent for North American van lines, we've moved thousands of families over the years. Island Movers supports the community with employment opportunities and sports programs right here at home. We understand how important a home can be, and that's why we support our community. We're Island Movers, in service to Hawaii.
Rainbow basketball Saturday on KHNL Channel 13.
I'll be there, brother.
I'll be there.
We'll be there.
Rainbow basketball. See you there. We move to the top of the 8th inning. The Rainbows have undergone a team transplant as Ron Moore, the left fielder, steps in. Pitch swung on and missed. The outfield now, Eric Evans has gone into play center field in place of Darren Moreland. Dwayne Daughtry is in right field in place of Tim Albert. Scotty Craven has gone into play third base in place of Chris Duggar. Duggar has gone from third to first in place of Largusa. Franz Ewan is playing second in place of Viella. And Chad Uehara, shortstop, in place of Ohtani. Little blooper foul by Ron Moore. So the outfield, Kabab remains in left, Evans and Daughtry from left to right. The infield from third to first now, Craven, Uehara, Ewan, and Duggar. Billy Blanchette remains as pitcher and Todd Takayoshi as catcher. And my partner here is beaming with pride.
Ah, yes.
They're all in. Craven, Punahou, Blanchette, Punahou, Franz Ewan, Punahou. So the buff and blue well represented with the Hawaii 9 here in the 8th inning. 9-0 Bows. 1-2 pitch lifted to the net. Now, one thing that Billy Blanchette has been unable to do this year is have a complete game, am I right?
That's right.
In fact, the Rainbows have never had a complete game.
There have been some close ones. Carl, Blanchette.
1-2 pitch inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Blanchette has been superb again tonight. He has kept Arkansas off balance, guessing. He has moved the ball inside, outside. He has a very quick, sneaky fastball. 2-2. Ground ball, Uehara vacuums, throws, not in time at first base. Duggar with the splits, throw not there.
Well, Moore can run. He gets down the first baseline about 4.1. But Uehara now, the ball wasn't hit real hard, and Uehara does not have that good of an arm. But, you know, it's more than adequate if the ball's hit hard at him.
And we have a change. Chris Fanning has come in to bat for Courtney Paul. Now that's not Dan Reha.
No, actually,
they've changed the uniforms here, and this is Chris Fanning.
Yeah, Reha is not on the trip, and Fanning is originally number 28, and he's wearing number 20. So, of course, the master of this number change is the absolute master. Every game, there's a number change.
Who is that?
San Diego State.
Oh, that's right. Jim Dietz.
Oh, boy.
1-2 the count to Chris Fanning. First time that he has faced Blanchette tonight. Blanchette now has struck out 9. And the batter will be Mark Johnson. Rainbows 1 out, 1 on. They would love to turn a double play here. Johnson has popped out, and he has grounded out. Pitch by Blanchette. It's low. 1 ball and no strikes.
Now, Billy will do 3 things when the runner's on first base. He'll give a slide step like that, or he'll lift his leg regularly, or he'll pick first base with that quick move. Once in a while, you'll see him, you know, kick his leg high and go over to first base, but generally he'll go over to first base just like that, stepping off and flipping over there.
Craven, Uehara, Ewan, and Duggar around the infield now. Pitch to Johnson. Strike.
You know, as far as baseball knowledge of the game at this stage in their careers, I would say the pitcher and catcher here, Billy and Snack, are probably way ahead.
That ball hit to center field, and Eric Evans able to catch it for the out, 2 down. Now, what were you saying?
I just saying that Billy and Snack are way ahead of their time, actually, with the knowledge of the game of baseball and how it should be played. I mean, they really have an idea.
Here's the little guy, Jeff Houck. 5'2". He'll be remembered all year long. He is 2 for 3. Pitch to him.
I'll give you an example about that. Snack caught for me this summer because my 2 high school catchers had gone on mail-in trips, and there was a time I told the pitcher, I said, if you get in trouble now, I'm gonna have to take you out. And so he started to get into trouble, and I was walking to the dugout, to the bullpen to have another pitcher warm up, and Todd had already gone to the mound to get a little more time. You know, it's just little things like that that allowed our pitcher, our relief pitcher, more time in the bullpen. But, you know, just an extremely intelligent baseball player. Todd is. And then when you get a guy like Billy on the mound and you get both of them in sync, I mean, that's why Billy's 3-0. Not only because of his ability, but the ability of Todd to work with him.
Houck steps back in 0-2 to it. Yo, you were mentioning that there was a mistake on the roster of the program tonight. They listed Houck at 6'2". I think they did that because they thought it was a misprint at 5'2".
Yeah, probably.
But there he is. Hard hit ground ball. Over is the second baseman, Ewan. He works it to Duggar, and the inning is over. After 7.5, it is 9-0 Rainbows. When we come back, we'll play the Midas Touch inning.
They say the memory goes first, not mine. This brings back everything. It's an old-fashioned patty melt. I used to have it on the shore. Oh, it's such a juicy burger with cheese melting over everything, lots of grilled onions and bacon, and then they would grill it on rye bread, just like this one.
Introducing the old-fashioned patty melt. It's a classic at Jack in the Box.
No, my memory is as good as ever.
To those import owners who said they would drive an American luxury car when they make one good enough, here's one that's much, much more than good enough. Test drive the 1991 Buick Park Avenue and see how good the great American beauty truly is. Park Avenue from Buick.
Get a great car at a great price and Schumann's exclusive gold carriage service. Furniture savings for every room in your home during the JCPenney February Furniture Sale. That's right. During the entire month of February, JCPenney is offering fantastic department-wide savings on a huge array of furniture at both our Ala Moana and Pearl Ridge stores. Although this sale lasts the entire month of February, you'll want to check it out right now for the best selection. 1 month of furniture savings only at JCPenney's February Furniture Sale.
It's the Midas Touch inning. Chad Uehara leads it off. Rainbows lead 9-0. Uehara still looking for his first base hit. He is 0 for 5 on the season. If you'd like to play in the Midas Touch inning, that is the address. And we will pick 4 names: a single, double, triple, and home run winner. Uehara will line that back to the screen. And we will give prizes accordingly, such as our single winner tonight, winning a T-shirt and cap from Midas, is Nancy Chang from Aina Kea Way in Honolulu. That T-shirt is really good, Nancy. Anywhere you go, people will come up to you and say,
"Oh, nice."
And the cap. The cap is manufactured by Passes Sports in the Waikimilo Shopping Center. Chris Fanning is now catching for Arkansas. Dropping, base hit, Uehara. First hit of the season. Rainbows now had 12 hits. They had 9 hits off the starter Bennett, and they've managed 3 off of Scott Brocale.
Well, you see the pitch up in the zone. And, you know, Chad doesn't hit this ball real well, but I'll tell you what, he's really glad he got it, huh?
Finally broke out of it. Here's Dwayne Daughtry. Daughtry lines at 5. Our double winner tonight, winner of a $20 gift certificate from Midas, is Roger Horry of Post Office Box 9, Kealakekua on the island of Hawaii.
Well, I've also seen that name pronounced Horie, too. It could be either way, huh? It depends what part of the world this person's ancestors came from.
True. Daughtry batting .357. That one lifted out of play to the right side, and that finds the roof. And we are now at 59. Go ahead.
Who was the pitcher for the New York Yankees in 1951, had 2 no-hitters in 1 year?
1951.
Yeah.
Ooh. That ball lifted to right field. Blake Little drifting near the line, and he will make the catch. Uehara retreats.
I mean, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about when you hear the right-handed pitcher.
Jeez.
His initials are AR.
Oh, the big chief, Ali Reynolds.
Yeah, Ali Reynolds.
Here's Harold Kabab. Our triple winner tonight, auto loop certificate from Midas, is Nobuko Kobashigawa from Anakole Place in Pearl City. And our home run winner tonight is Kerry Kawamura from Holua Drive in Kahului on the island of Maui. The Rainbow score 13 or more runs in this game and win. Kerry Kawamura will win a round trip for 2 to Las Vegas, courtesy of Midas, KHNL 13 and Creative Holidays. That includes airfare and hotel accommodations for 3 nights. Those are our 4 winners here in the Midas Touch inning. Harold Kabab has scored 2 runs. He is 1 for 3 with a walk. He has stolen 2 bases. Hard hit ground ball picked by Houck. Goes to Davis. He works it to Carpenter, and the little guy starts a 4-6-3 double play to end the inning. After 8, 9-0 Bows.
Just a minute.
Are you going by the bank?
Mom.
Can you drop off the loan application?
Okay.
And then pick it up?
What?
Mom.
Come on, let's go.
It'll only take 20 minutes.
20 minutes? Can you pick it up?
In a small town in Kentucky, he was perfecting his original recipe chicken at an age when others were retiring. And what began on a small town stovetop soon appeared on tables nationwide. In the year of his centennial, we honor Colonel Sanders, the founder of KFC, with a special offer. Get a 10-piece bucket of original recipe chicken at yesterday's price, just $8.99. The Colonel's original recipe chicken. It's a taste that, even today, nobody can duplicate.
Welcome to your Ben Franklin stores in Hawaii. Convenience with a personal touch.
And what could be more convenient than a store that offers as much as Ben Franklin? From a huge selection of toys, to stationery and office supplies, to a complete housewares department, your Ben Franklin stores provide one-stop shopping for the entire family. Once you compare, you'll shop at Ben Franklin.
Convenience with a personal touch.
It's going to be a hot one tonight. Michael J. Fox and the fresh sounds of Alyssa Fiorillo on the next Arsenio Hall show.
Tonight on KHNL 13.
First pitch of the 9th inning. Hit to left field. There is Harold Kabab, and he retires Scott X. Time Supermarket presents this week's Coop Scoop. Dr. Coop Duran has a plan for coaches. Practices should include 25 minutes of warm-up, then defensive stations, hitting and base running. Practices should last no more than 2 hours. Look for today's Coop Scoop in Time Supermarket's ad in the Sunday paper. Joe Davis has struck out and flied out twice, both to Moreland. Batting here in the 9th inning, Billy Blanchett working on a complete game shutout. 1-1 the count. You know, if you have a pain in the neck or pain anywhere, and you really don't want to suffer anymore, you want to do something about it, go see Dr. Dennis Momeyer or Dr. Doug Teraoka at the Momeyer Chiropractic. They're open 7 days a week. Momeyer Chiropractic. 2-1 to Joe Davis. Bows leading 9-0. 5 errors have really hurt Arkansas, but tonight, Billy Blanchett is the one the Rainbows will celebrate. It has been a team effort, no doubt, but it has been the pitching of Blanchett that almost uncanny ability to keep the other team guessing. And he's not an overpowering pitcher, but he is a pitcher. Ground ball, Uehara. Will work it to Duggar. High throw. Uehara trying to compensate for the last time. That'll be an error.
Well, again, now Chad has to go to his right, and he's got a long throw. You know, he's more of a natural second baseman than he is a shortstop. But, you know, Coach Murakami wants to give him and Franz Ewens a chance to play.
Bubba Carpenter has been hit by a pitch twice, and he is grounded unassisted to first base. So he is 0 for 1 officially. Rainbows pulled the infield into double play depth here in the 9th inning. Pitch by Blanchette. That's a screamer, just foul.
Well, that's quite a swing Bubba Carpenter took on that, I'll tell you. And Mike Baldwin, the first base umpire, Jim, right on that. Right on that. He had his back turned in as soon as he made the call. Both hands are up emphatically. Look at this swing, though.
Well, he jumped all over that pitch.
Venture to say he will not get another pitch like that. Then again, maybe he will, right? Then fool him, huh?
The way Blanchette thinks, along with Takayoshi, never can tell. Pitch outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swung on and missed. Boy, he really pulled the string that time. That was the all-time teaser of this game. I mean, that ball came up there, and you could actually read the label.
Well, you know, people I know at home, and because I've been asked this question, why can't they hit the changeup? Well, if a guy's throwing at the same speed all the time and he doesn't give you any change in his motion, you're thinking that it's a fastball. And so just a straight change like that can be devastating, as you saw by that pitch.
1-2 pitch, a bouncer wide up the first base side. Takayoshi will chase it down on the count 1-2. Blanchette coming up on 100 pitches, 3,920 in the park tonight. For the season, 44,217. And tonight, another sellout. That's the 8th of the season.
You know, we didn't have a chance to take pictures of these young men, but the IA American Dodgers, the Senior Little League Minors, IA American Dodgers, that sounds kind of funny, doesn't it? But they're here.
Base hit right field. Moving up to second base is Davis. He will stop there. Daughtry guns it to Uehara. So 2 men on for Arkansas here in the 9th inning. Arkansas now with 5 hits.
A good at bat by Carpenter as he laced that one foul, and he hangs in there well and gets that base hit.
The UH men's volleyball team, that brotherhood that is playing through this season, they are going to be wondrous in the years to come.
A pinch hitter here now, left-handed hitting Doug Walker.
Walker batting for Gilmore. Rainbow still hoping for the game-ending double play. They want a chance at it. A 1-0 pitch by Blanchette. Little ground ball. Uehara to second for 1. Ewens relay, not in time. Runners will be at the corner. So Davis is at third, Walker is at first, and Billy Blanchette has maneuvered himself into a complete game. And he is 1 out away from registering a complete game shutout. And the fans realize that. As Blake Little, who is 0 for 3, steps in. They not only want Blanchette to get the complete game victory, they want him to get the shutout. He's pitched superbly. Swung on and missed. Bad off speed. He's almost cocky with it now.
Yeah, you could say that there's a little bit of that involved.
The 0-1 pitch. Fastball hit to the gap. This will score a run. Coming in to score is Davis. On his way to third is Walker. Walker will come around third, and he will score. Throw to third base is not in time to get Little, and he gets a 2-run triple. So the shutout is gone. And Arkansas able to answer back here in the 9th inning against Billy Blanchette.
You know, Scott Craven got hit in the face as that ball relayed by Franz Ewan bounced funny and hit him right in the cheek. You see that left cheek?
Oh, it did. So Arkansas getting 2 runs here in the top half of the 9th inning. Arkansas now with 6 hits. And we'll see what the Rainbows do as Scott Craven has been taken out. We were mentioning about the UH men's volleyball team. They defeated Outrigger tonight. 10-15. 15-8, 15-12, 15-12. Larson Villiamo, 26 kills. So the Rainbow men winning it. Kevin Curtis has come into play. First base. Curtis was the designated hitter. Curtis came in to the game in place of Kenny Harrison. And Chris Duggar now goes back across to take over again at third base.
You see, this is unlike the high school rule, obviously, but you know, Curtis is in the game as a designated hitter, and he's in there really for Billy Blanchette, right? Mm-hmm. So in high school, you can't do that. You can't have the DH and the guy he's DHing for in the game at the same time.
Here's Ron Moore. Pitches outside. Blanchette, no doubt, wanted the shutout, but he'll settle for the complete game. Little looper over the head of Ewan in the right field. A run will score. It is 9-3. So Little comes in. Moore gets his 3rd hit of the game off of Blanchette. And he also drives in a run. So it is 9-3, Bose. 7 runs for Arkansas. And the batter will be Chris Fanning. Swung on and missed.
Well, this is one of the tough times for a coach because you really don't want to start anybody in a bullpen because it may take something away from them for tomorrow night. And just luckily, I mean, they're sitting in there with up there with a 6-run lead, so they're just going to let Billy go here.
Billy just steps off for the moment. Fanning struck out his last time. Little looper up the first base side. It is a fair ball. Curtis steps on first. It is over. Now the Rainbows defeat Arkansas in the first game of a 3-game series, 9-3. And Billy Blanchette, rather not perfectly happy tonight. It was rather marring in the top half of the 9th inning, but he does have the complete game victory. That's the first complete game victory of the season, and we'll be back.
This good boy shares what he has with the rest of his class. This bad boy doesn't. There's only one Jeep Cherokee Sport.
Available now at your Hawaii Jeep and Eagle dealers.
Hi, Linda Coble for Gas Express. What do we have more of per capita here in Hawaii than anywhere else? Tourists? Mochi Crunch? I'll be back with the answer after this word from Gas Express.
Stop by one of the convenient Gas Express stations on Oahu or the Big Island. There's always a Gas Express station nearby when you need one.
Hi, back again to tell you what we have more of here in Hawaii. Joggers. Watch out for them and all pedestrians. Aloha.
A young couple came into my office today, wanted to buy their first home, and it reminded me of why I first went into real estate and why I'm an ERA broker. Sure, I earn good money, but ERA has the products and the services to help me build relationships and trust. If you're interested in the real estate business, talk to an ERA broker, because with ERA, you're more than a salesperson. You're a trusted friend. Guess that's why I think there's no better place to do business than ERA. ERA, first in service.
Arkansas came into this three-game series tonight as the highest-ranked team that the Rainbows had faced all season long. Well, the Rainbows really jumped over Arkansas pitching. Doug Bennett and Scott Brocale were lashed around pretty good. 2 runs in the second, 3 in the third, 1 in the fifth, 3 in the sixth for the Rainbows, and they were leading 9-0 going into the 9th inning. They were leading 9-0 for the most part on the pitching of Billy Blanchette. Another masterful performance for Blanchette. He was able to keep his opponents off balance. He would tease them with an inside pitch. He would tease them with an outside pitch. He had the quick fastball, and he also had a very good breaking ball to go along with his change of speeds and changes of location tonight. And in the end, it was Billy Blanchette as our player of the game. The GTE Hawaiian Tel most valuable player is Billy. Hawaiian Tel is pleased to contribute to the General Scholarship Fund of the University of Hawaii in the name of Billy Blanchette. A complete game victory, the first complete game victory of the season for the Rainbows of Hawaii and their pitching staff. Billy Blanchette beyond the call tonight. We'll be back.